activities, whether it's a pedagogical role, and whether it is an outcome. What is important for us is how to interact and connect with the AI. Connect with the AI is very, very critical, because we have often used to say GIGO, garbage in, garbage out kind of a techno thing. So which we should avoid such kind of things. Okay, so we all know very well about one of the important tool which is available for all of us is to transform the education by enabling more personalized, engaging, and effective learning experiences. But the question here is, to do all these things, and we often put a onus on AI. No, I'll say that teacher must be creative, teacher must be innovative to use these things into this classroom. So what is the advantage the AI is providing for us? The AI tools are shifting the focus from one size fits all approach to learner centric model. We know very well in our classrooms, and our learners, we have various learning styles. There are slow learners, there are average learners, there are gifted learners, and and learning style, and every learner's learning pace is different, space is different, time is different, style is different. So till now, what is happening, just I'll tell you one small example. Whenever we found an interesting video, either for the basic level of understanding, for the self-study mode, we are sharing with the students directly. The video length is 30 minutes, and it may not be, and we'll be using the student will be using only first 10 minutes. So why are we giving 30 minutes video to the students? First point. So there is a facility available to prune the video, and we need to provide only first 10 minutes. And second important point, where the AI will be helpful. Second important point is we should promote the concept acquisition through active learner engagement. So the purpose of providing the video is to ensure the active learning engagement. And while active learning engagement is going on, the conceptual understanding is going on, active learning also has to happen. So if you create that kind of environment, so the AI platforms are facilitate. But before AI platform, we the teachers must know how to make it interesting, engaging, interactive. In what way the platforms will be helpful in this regard as such? I have already talked about that. We come across two interesting platforms. One is AI, the other one is the Gen AI. And while both AI and Gen AI fall under the umbrella of artificial intelligence, the traditional AI focuses on solving specific problems or performing specific tasks, while generative AI excel at creating new content and data like text, images, and music. But what I'm trying to say that both are important for us. And so when it looks at the generative AI, yes, these things we can able to generate it. And if you look at the overall picture of the understanding the Gen AI, our large learning model, the Chat GPT, Mistral, or Gemini, or Lima will be there at the bottom. Of course, covered by all the other factors here. So let me cut the long story short. If you look at this, the picture here, why we call it as LLM? They are the large language models. That is where the changes has come. The large is it is trained on large amount of data and billions of trainable parameters, language of model, and this is the way the process needs to be done. So there is an input factor. Of course, LLM will processes that, and task will be, it may be a text summarization, sentiment analysis, question answering, and information extraction and text translation, all these things. If you look at the picture, I'm not saying that I have a practical approach to in this regard. Since mid 2023, I started using this one, and we from our NIPA has been, and which is the Ministry of Education, Government of India institution, very aggressively conducting a hands-on training programs across India. What I noticed it, no need to learn 10 things, 10 tools. Just learn 2 to 3 important tools and try to do 10 things about that. That is more important for us. So let me tell you one interesting factor for you. I think you may understand that. There is an interesting tool called uh, Notebook LM, and majority of the faculty members in this country are will be trying to use this Notebook LM, which is a chat GPT for your own restricted data when on research related things. But let me tell you, friends, and I use this Notebook LM by organizing information, generating insights, facilitating interactive learning. I'll just throw some light on this within the limited time. If you see that we can use the Notebook LM for generating interactive study guides. You can see the use case, you can see the practical prompt. I can use the Notebook LM for as a research assistance and source synthesis. Again, I'll take back to the old statement. Don't learn too many things. Learn one or two big platforms and try to extract what best can be done. I think these platforms are meant for that purpose. And we can use the Notebook LM for lesson planning and content generation. And we can use the Notebook LM for personalized learning and concept explanation. And we can use the Notebook LM for debate and critical thinking development. What I'm trying to say that I think that is the power of these platforms who can able to do it. And the notebook now the basis of this four large language models. There are two from the OpenAI company, GPT and the Mistral, and one from Google called Gemini, and one from Meta called Lima. Okay, and what is this? This is what actually key. Okay, and we when we all joined the teaching career, we used to say that teaching is an art and teaching is a science. Now I think let me tell you that prompt engineering as much as a art as well as a science here. So there are two interesting words which has been done, because ultimately we want to see that how these prompts, whatever we have been writing, connecting to our teaching, learning, and process. What is a prompt? It is a detailed set of guidelines given to a large language model or an AI platform to do a task. The engineering is basically developing a task specific prompt iteratively. This is where the key is here. So if you look at the picture, for example, I want to generate a lesson plan for degree first year as per our syllabus. So something has been done. So I want to give it. So I need to write a prompt. I should know how to write the prompt, and then it generates the results. And let me show you one small thing. So this is part of the large language. This is part of the notebook LM. If you look at the notebook LM, one of the important feature is to generate the study guide. So in the study guide, it generates the short answer questions, it generates the essay questions and glossary. But let me tell you, they're all supporting the basic level of understanding. If at all, if you want something on that particular topic, advanced level questions, application level questions, or experiential level questions connecting with the real world scenario, then you have to write these prompts. You see? So this is what basically my hands-on activity I used to conduct when we conduct the programs in NEPA. So what I said, write a prompt to generate 5 essay format questions with key suitable for the advanced level of understanding. Similarly, application level of understanding. Similarly, one experiential learning question that connects the real world problems. Okay. So my point, what I'm trying to drive over here is the prompt should be very clear. And of course, prompt generate the results. And you see that, and what is the, and it's not like whatever it is generated, there are a lot of biases are there, issues are there. And very importantly, like when we go to the class, we take a call. So similarly, whatever it is being generated in AI has to take a call, and we should know how to connect it. So what are the things kept in mind? Just I will sum up in 5 minutes time. So there are five to six important things. First of all, we need to understand the definition of the prompt engineering very correctly. Okay. Second, very important point is human AI communication. It focuses on bridging the gap between the human intent and machine response, making interactions more natural, efficient, and aligned with the user goals. I wrote something very clearly human intent. What is important? Then clarity matters. Clear, concise, and unambiguous prompts generally produce better results, where vague or incomplete instructions often lead to irrelevant or inconsistent outputs. Then contextual framing, adding the context, examples, or constraints helps the AI understand the task more precisely. Example, the tone, the format, the audience, or domain specific details. And of course, we have something called iterative process. So I told you that prompt engineering is rarely a one shot. It involves refining, testing, adjusting prompts until the desired output quality is achieved. I think this is where we had to practice it. Other things I try to skip because of time constraint. I just want to take one or two things as I mentioned over there. So, of course, the AI models, the Chat GPT 5, which is a better model in comparison with earlier one, Clady, Gemini are incredibly powerful, but their performance heavily depends on how we communicate with them. I hope my request to the participants, please learn how to communicate with these systems correctly. Just like a skill translation, for example, can bridge language gaps, a well-crafted prompt act like a bridge between human intent and AI capability. Okay, if you look at the precision versus vagueness, a small prompt I have read it for you. When you write a prompt like write about technology may produce a generic response, whereas while we refine the prompt like explain artificial intelligence in simple terms for higher education student with real world examples, yields a far more useful output, friends. I hope you are all understanding what I've been trying to say that. Similarly, the advanced models can generate the code, analyze data, and even mimic writing styles, but only if prompted correctly. Let me repeat the last words. But if prompted correctly, a poor structured request may lead to shallow or incorrect answers. Okay, that's one of the very, very important. Let me just take one small example, then I'll so how can we translate the simple instructions into the sophisticated outputs? A basic instruction can be elevated into the high quality response with the right prompting techniques. Like, for example, step by step guidance. Instead of summarize this article, a better prompt would be provide a three bulleted summary of this article focusing on key innovations, challenges, and future implications. Keep it concise and professional. So you will get, and there is another better results. Second thing is, I had told you that there is something called role assignment. Giving a AI as a role, like you're acting as a senior data scientist, provide a response quality by aligning it with expert knowledge. Of course, we have few short and chain of thought prompting, like for example, providing examples or so on and so on and so forth. Like I've showed you some of the options. Similarly, in this Chat GPT, these are the some of the prompting which you will be practicing probably during the course of time. Like there are specific interesting prompts are available for the teaching. We can try out. And these are all the practice prompts by me to my students, my participants, and I'll ask them to improvise it. What is more important? And these are the prompts for the learning process. Explain how a learner can apply particular thing in practical real world situation. Assessments, there are some specific prompts are there. Pedagogy, there are certain specific prompts are there. And research, very, very important. There are some specific prompts are there. And what is more important at this point of view, where we the teachers definitely require, is about the experiential learning environment where where Yes, Rehan Khan. Yes, that is what I mean to say that. Okay, so what is then similarly, if you look at there are more prompts about the lesson planning and content creation. These are some of the chat GPT prompts. Of course, this can be done and you can make the changes accordingly for teaching and the student engagement, and for assessment and for assignments and assessments, for research and critical thinking. There are so many skill development and reflection, and there are so many options are available for that part. So my point is that what is important for me is it's not the platform, whether we started with the digital skills, and we started, now we have been moving to the, AI is a subset of digital skills, but we should be very clear about two things: objectives and expected outcomes. The second very important point, friends, I wish to draw your attention is, um, you must be a practitioner. Whatever we say here. So, unless and until you practice and take this one to the class, things will not be. And the last one is, many times people often used to say that, and they try to compare too many large language models and try to say that this is correct, that is wrong. You don't want to get into the too many things. Just try to take one or two models, one model basically, and try to use it and with this deeper understanding. And sometimes it may, and before implementing in the classroom, please try to see the reality in the classroom, because whether we do it or not, students are also having these mobile phones and they started, and students are looking for the value addition from the teacher. If the day when we stop providing the value addition, we may not be in a position to be there in the frame. That's all, friends. I wish to say the time which was given to me to speak. Sir, unfortunately, your voice is not coming, it seems. Uh, Anil Garu? Uh, no, I can't hear you, sir. I can't hear you. Okay. I'll take leave, sir. Thank you, Anil Garu. Thanks for providing me a short interaction with the participant. Friends, I'm sorry I was in Srinagar conducting a workshop, but thanks to, because Anil Garu, I never said no to him, and I postponed my class to the afternoon. I joined you. Thank you very much, sir, for providing me the opportunity to interact with you. Bye.
అనిల్ గారు గారు మీరు మీట్లో ఉన్నారు.
Sir, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You are
you're
audible, sir.
audible.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Sri Ganesh garu, ఆయన అన్ఫార్చునేట్లీ పవర్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉండటం వల్ల జాయిన్ కాలేనేమో అని చెప్పడం వల్ల ఇమ్మీడియట్ గా ప్రొఫెసర్ శ్రీనివాస్ గారిని ఎంగేజ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. లక్కీలీ ఆయన ఇమ్మీడియట్ గా జాయిన్ అవడం, యాక్చువల్లీ శ్రీనగర్ లో వేరే వర్క్ షాప్ ఉండగా కూడా మన మీద అభిమానంతో జాయిన్ అవడం జరిగింది. థ్యాంక్ యూ శ్రీనివాస్ గారు. అండ్ శ్రీ గణేష్ గారు కూడా చాలా కష్టపడి ఇప్పుడు యూనివర్సిటీ చేరుకుని మన కోసం ఈ సెషన్ చేస్తున్నారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ ప్రొఫెసర్ గణేష్ గారు. Now the floor is open for you.
Yeah, thank you, Andy. First of all, I'm really sorry to everyone. From yesterday onwards, we don't have electricity here in this my area in South Africa. Sir, first of all, I would like to know, are there any non-Telugu speaker here in our team? If we have any non-Telugu speakers, just say yes or something in the chat. ఓకే, ఐ థింక్ ఆల్ ఆర్. ఎస్ సార్, చెప్పండి సార్. శ్రీనివాస్ గారు, మీరు ఏం చెప్తున్నారు? ఓకే, శ్రీనివాస్ గారు, మీరు యు ఆర్ సేయింగ్ సంథింగ్? ఓకే, యా. సో దెన్ ఐ విల్ కంటిన్యూ ఓన్లీ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్. యా, దట్స్ వై ఐ ఆస్క్. Okay. Yeah, first of all, I'm very sorry. Actually, we have some kind of electricity problem here. Then I reached my university. Now I'm going to continue. Sorry, Srinivaskar, to create this inconvenience. And yeah, I will continue from now. Today, actually, uh, I'm going to discuss about a semantic web. And actually, as our previous speaker mentioned, the importance of the semantic web. A lot of people now they have been working in semantic web. I am going to share my screen. Mm, mm, mm. I wrote some kind of code here. Okay. So this is today's topic. I don't take much time. So already you people may be hungry. Okay. So just let me briefly explain. And guys, actually, I want an interactive session. Actually, like uh, it- let's talk openly. Huh? I really want to do that one. So we are talking about AI, yeah, artificial intelligence, and everything is in artificial intelligence. Even in education technology, we are implementing AI, right? So you guys know what is AI and everything. So how we can teach the existing information, the existing knowledge to a algorithm, yeah, to a machine, yeah. So that is actually our main goal in the artificial intelligence. Let's start actually. For example, you here see the main goal, the main backend of AI is just a communication. Yeah. So as two humans are going to communicate, uh, if human beings are communicating, then they can share their knowledge. Yeah, they can share their opinions. So if the communication is going to fail, for example, if I am speaking something in maybe in Sanskrit, if you people are not able to understand that, then it is a failed communication. I think last class also, last presentation, I discussed this thing. So that is failed communication. There is no growth with that one. So in the same way, if you create a real communication to the machine, then machine can also learn as a human being. Okay. So now we are using LLMs, large language models, right? There is a guys actually. How many people know that we have another models which is called as small language models? Uh, Within a little data, there are many languages which are really technically less resource languages. So with the less resource languages, also we can develop uh, models, right? So the small language models also available for different kind of languages. So I'm going to talk, first thing is the communication is going to be succeeded communication if you convey the exact meaning to another person, right? In the same way, if you are able to communicate the exact meaning to a machine, then machine can learn, machine can understand. Yeah. So this is how AI works out. So how to communicate this semantics? Meaning means semantics. How to communicate this semantics to a machine? That is crucial point. So we are talking about semantics and so on. I want to ask you a simple question. What is your understanding of semantics? Are there anyone? Just you can unmute yourself and talk about that one. Semantics. What is semantic? Anyone? Come on. What is semantics?
It is related to kind of language meaning.
Yeah, kind of. Why you use the kind of word? Anyone? Why you use kind of language meaning? What is language, first of all? We are saying large language models, right? So what is language? Anyone?
Sir, the semantic web is the extension of the traditional web, sir. because
Semantic. Yeah,
it gets the meaning of the text as well as the relationship existing in that
yeah,
text or something.
yeah, sure. I agree
That's
with you,
what
sir.
is the semantic web.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Now I am
Thank
asking
you,
a
sir.
bit, what is the semantics? I asked actually, we will come to the semantic web later on. First of all, what is semantics? Semantics means our colleague mentioned something language meaning or something. What is language? What is our understanding of language?
It's a text.
No, language is not a text.
It is a mode of communication.
It is mode of communication. Okay. For example, if you want to threaten your student by raising your finger, so do you think that is also a language?
Sir,
Yeah,
is
it is
that the
sign language.
intended
Sign language.
purpose communication?
Yeah. So, like for example, if you send a signals with your eyes or fingers, that is also a language. That it is also communicating, right? That is also a
Yes.
language. You can say that is maybe a sign language or maybe a signal language or so on. So, what is a language? Language means sending your thoughts, sending your ideas to another entity with some kind of both should understand, both should have the same communication semantics. Both should have the same semantics. For example, for me, in my mother tongue, Telugu, if I said that come, come is not a Telugu word. If I said that itra, that means the other Telugu speaker can understand, oh, he is calling me. Okay, something. If I said itra means if he left somewhere else, okay, then it is not a communication. My intention is different, other people intention is different, right? You did exactly opposite to that one. So it is a failed communication. Semantics in semantics means both parties, okay, X and Y should have the common understanding of the meaning. Okay, in the same way, in semantic web, as our colleague mentioned, it is also some extension of current web. What is the extension of current web? Extension means in current web, you, it is only web where you can see all the data. The data is displayed in the web, right? In semantic web, we are not we are taking the displayed data and converting into machine communication format. That means machine is understanding this data which is available in the web www. Okay, so you can see here semantics means it contains two things: sense and meaning. So what is the sense? Sense is understanding. Maybe sometimes if you don't know the language, if another person is speaking something, maybe because of her gesture, maybe because of the previous context, you can understand something. You can sense what exactly he's trying to communicate. The second thing is meaning. Exactly, you know the meaning. So that means both parties have the same language. Okay, this is actually you can understand a broad context of semantics. Why I use the word sense here means in semantic web we can use, even though if less resource languages, even there are languages that don't have any one dictionary in online. They don't have any text in online. So such kind of languages also we can use the sense of the existing data and convert that into machine understandable format. That's why I use that thing. So in our language, human language, we had three steps, right? First, one is like words to sentence, sentence to meaning. Yes, right? In the same way, we are doing the same pyramid into semantic web. In semantic web also, we have taking words to sentence, sentence to meaning. I will show you later on how it works out. So I'm skipping these slides. Actually, if you bring all the semantics into machine readable, then you can think about pragmatic. Pragmatic means, for example, if some person is speaking some satirical way, okay, is it negative or positive? How to understand these things? These things we can do it a pragmatic way. This is actually, I already explained to you before. I'm not touching these slides, I think. Actually, this is how semantic web work. Everyone has some kind of website. Your university has a website. Your Facebook is a website for you. Okay, your Twitter, your Instagram. Everyone is part of some kind of web. right? So how to use this one to extract a meaningful thing? Okay, so if, for example, if you see, if you Google, there is a word for jaguar. Yeah, jaguar means there are three contexts. One is a jaguar means actually a tiger, a animal. Okay, maybe a car, and maybe a jaguar, a operating system. There are three contexts. Okay, so how we can communicate to the machine the exact context? If the sender or receiver both have the same context, then it is a successful communication. Otherwise, it is a failed communication where we can't use this in this data. So another thing is, if you ask Jaguar to Google, it is displaying all n number of links. But in semantic web, no, not like that. It will display exactly what context the seeker is, the person is asking the information. So it will find that exact answer, exact question, and it will generate the answer. That's why to communicate to the machine what exactly you want, we need a real prompt thing. Here in semantic web, we are not using the real prompt, but we are using the prompt engineering techniques or the same way syntax to generate, to write your queries in Sparkle language. Sparkle is a special language in this one. And one more thing is the beauty of semantic web technology is, okay, we have in the web, we are talking about web, right? In the web, there are many languages information, maybe Telugu, Tamilam, and English, and Chinese, everything, yeah? So, but if I ask a question in English, it is possible machine can also read information in Chinese language and retrieve the information related to China document, China data set or something. And in semantic web, for example, in the Google, you are writing a text and you are asking that, right? In semantic web, even you send images as an input, and you can retrieve information, knowledge related to the image file as well. Okay, let's jump into this one. This is the guy who actually bring the concept of semantic web, Mr. Lee, yeah, Berners-Lee. What he's saying is, just read the statement. The web was designed as an information space. Yeah. So any web is designed as an information space. Like your Facebook, maybe someone designed for you to create a page. Instagram, maybe a blog website. Yeah. Everything is whatever there in the web. It is actually a space for the information. Okay, with the goal that it should be useful not only for the human computational, but also the machines would be able to participate and help. So this is called as semantic web. That means the information, if you created a Facebook information, that is not only for you. Yeah, if you add the semantic web technology to that, machine can understand, machine can think about everything what you are thinking. That means you can do psychological analysis of your behavior. For example, I will give, I told you, I think if in your last class, there are some agencies that develop some kind of bots. For example, for fun, I am saying, take this as an example. Just for fun, I am saying, okay, you guys are finding, I think there may be some bachelors in the class, okay. So maybe you guys are searching for marriages. So you got your marriage proposal from some broker or some agency brought, okay, there is a girl or maybe there is a boy here, right? So is it possible to do some kind of inquiry on you? Okay, so do you think how now actually in Germany actually there are companies are not for marriages, for personal inquiries or so on. So what they do is, first of all, they run some kind of bot, okay, which can read all the social media websites. So maybe they need your full name or alternative names maybe, and sometimes they use where exactly your login is happening, the IP address of mostly the location in the house or so on. And based on that, they will inquire, they gather all the data from social media, from the web. Okay. Secretly, I want to say one more thing. Actually, if you attend any European or maybe European conferences, you might have observed a lot of Europeans, they close their camera with a sticker, with a plaster. Okay, so they know that even though they didn't activate their camera, but there are some bots which can monitor your screen and your face from the camera. It is possible. Yeah? So that's why they always close the cameras. So these bots extract all the information about you, and it is okay. This guy attitude is like this. This guy has such kind of information and so on. For example, if you observe my Facebook, my it was actually blocked in last year before elections because since 2022 February, we got a project from European Union to detect some kind of Indian based mafia activities on education, as informed to you earlier. So we got a lot of European universities, particularly in Germany. We got many fake certificates. Even they creating German fake patents. Okay, to stop this one, we develop similar kind of thing. Wherever whoever saying like, okay, we are selling some kind of written thesis or something, the police and local authorities are going to prevent such kind of things by using this technology. Yeah, so this is actually very useful, man. Believe me. Even I did really practical thing in my Andhra Pradesh state, how to use this technology to prevent antisocial elements, antisocial activities, to prevent corruptions. The only thing is public should open their mouth, at least in the web. Yeah? If public are not able to come outside, because of maybe fear or something, at least they will write something about this corruption and corrupted people and anti-social element in the web. But you may have another question. Sir, everyone can writing this thing. How can you filter? How can you extract the truth information, the reliability? So there are other techniques to leverage the truthfulness on the particular thing. Okay, not if he is a corrupted people, okay, all of people are talking about openly, then based on the data, we can do which is a true information or is it a fake statement. That is also possible. So believe me, guys, actually, I am semantic web can do many things, many things. Yeah, literally, I am the guy who is practically did a lot of things, even some fake German degrees and fake German saying public university, German public university name, and doing selling the students to non-recognized German private organizations. So this is also we caught with the semantic web technologies. That's why I am always says language plays a crucial role in the artificial intelligence. So here you can see the natural language web content. We are talking about web. Yeah, that web has a data. How to extract the data is explicitly annotated with semantic metadata. What does it mean, man? What is explicitly annotated with semantic metadata? Anyone? It is actually different from that. Normally in the computer science, we have information retrieval, right? It is different from that actually. Yeah, no algorithms, but with metadata, you can extract. Do you guys know what is annotation? What is your understanding about annotation? Anyone? Huh, no one? Yeah, someone can unmute and talk about annotation.
Sir, it's nothing but adding some text or comments or something to the existing data.
Okay. Give me one example. Can you give an example in this?
For example, the example in the sense, so for example, somebody has written an article.
Uh-huh.
In that particular article on a particular topic, some important information might have missed. So that
Okay.
information or that particular point can be added as a this thing. And somebody might have written in another case something wrongly, which is not exactly, or I can say it's inaccurate. In such cases, also you can correct it through annotation.
Okay, yeah. Annotation is nothing but providing some kind of metadata to the existing data. Okay, for example, yeah, you explained in different ways, sir. Actually, make it a simple way. For example, let me see. Today, there is a, maybe in the newspaper, there's an article. CM Chandrababu Naidu is visiting Vizag to launch Google data center. Okay, so this is the data available in the newspaper. Yeah, the newspaper is in web, maybe in the web, Enadu or Andhra Jyoti or some whatever, Sakshi or maybe anything. So that is actually just like a data. Okay, that is a English data. Okay, we can't do anything with that. So annotation with explicitly annotation with semantic metadata means, okay, Chandrababu Naidu is inaugurating Google data center. Okay, so you have to tell to machine who is Chandrababu Naidu. Okay, Chandrababu Naidu, basically he's a person, he's a living being, and if there is some kind of hyperlink, you can add that hyperlink with XML tags. Yeah, and what is Google? So what is Google? You have to give some kind of, Google is a company, but it is not a human being, non-human thing. It is an organization. It is a, okay. So these things we have to tell. These are the semantic, ontological properties of Chandrababu Naidu. These are the ontological properties of Google. Okay. At the same time, data center. What is data center? Okay. There is some kind of ontological property reference to that. You have to add these things to machine. Then machine can understand what exactly it is. Okay, that is the annotation here. Believe me, uh, till now for Indian languages, we don't have such kind of annotated data. People are trying to do that, but sufficient database we don't have. I think in my first presentation, I have shown you a huge Indian documents database from University of Göttingen. I explained to you there is no PDF file. Everything is same annotated with TEI and XML. So we need such kind of data sets for do semantic web applications. If you have that kind of applications, as I said, at Chandrababu Naidu, but see this example. Why snap me fab? Okay, who is fab here actually? Fab means it has different kind of senses. Yeah. Uh, a player, a football player, a Canadian gay magazine is called as a FAB, and the Film Advisory Board, FAB, Film Advisory Board, maybe, yeah. FAB means Federal Atlantica de Botswana, Bolivia, and maybe thing, yeah, many senses. What exactly in the context? That is possible with semantic web to disambiguate, to dissolve the ambiguity. That is possible here thing. As I said here, so who is the fab? So we have to classify in this different kind of classes. Either here the fab belongs to a entity of human class, or the fab belongs to federal organization of Borosvia, a organization class. So we have to create different classes and see the preceding context and then decide which class exactly adopted for the context of the fab. So this is actually semantic web is dealing with annotations. Okay. So I'm skipping this one, the slides. Actually, this is the whole semantic web things, right? So once machine detected, hey, in this context, okay, why snap me fab? So here there's a me, a pronoun must be then based on the me preceding context, fab means most probably it is a person related, not maybe a organization or so on. Yeah. So such kind of which is called as a morphosyntactic. Morphosyntactic means the relationship between two entities. By abstracting that, we can decide, we can throw, hey, this word belongs to this type of class. So if it is this type of class, the meaning is so and so and so. So like that, we can decide that everything. So guys, previously I have given an example, right? Do you remember? For English people, for everything is cut. So like you can see they use the cut word semantically to split one object, to break one object into different pieces. Okay, but in Telugu, based on the object, vegetable, one word, one semantic word. For if it is a human being, one semantic word. If it is actually non-human object, one we are using another word. So based on the object, based on the in Telugu we should say based on the karma word. Karma means don't think it is a cursing or something. You have this subject, object, and things. So based on the object word, you are using different kind of verb. So that is the beauty of Telugu. So if particularly all agglutinative languages are really semantically very rich rather than English and even European languages. So you can see once the machine is detected, here fab belongs to a human class. Immediately, if some entity, some string belongs to a human class, he must have a birth date and death date. He must have some kind of place of birth, date of birth. So you can see it is generating the network based on the class, right? So this is very beautiful where ontology can do wonders. Even if you have, like for example, we have a person, maybe one of my colleague, maybe in the team, what is the relationship between you and me? Okay, if you ask, no, we don't know anything. But if you ask semantic web, it will dig all the information. Maybe some guy from Anantapur, yeah. So I am from Guntur district, yeah. So my is Repala, but I don't have any connection to Anantapur. But maybe someday, one of my maybe when I was visiting some conference in IIT Tirupati, I booked a flight. It went to via Anantapur. Not Kadapa, I think. Sorry. Okay. It went to Anantapur. I took a photo, uploaded Anantapur airport or Kadapa airport in Facebook or maybe in my blog. Immediately, machine can retrieve, hey, this entity and X entity Ganesh, Y entity so and so, they have a connection while he was this X entity is traveling to somewhere else. He uploaded a photo in the airport of Anantapur or something, right? You can see that within the fractions of second, machine can generate this structured data. Remember, the beauty of the semantic web is the output is very structured data with metadata. So this is the definition from the book, the first book on semantic web. The semantic web actually is extension of the current web in which information is given well-defined meaning, better enabling computers and people to work on cooperation. This is the main purpose. You can see it is the really better defining the meaning, enabling computers, not only for computers, even people can see the relationship between two entities. So it is, if I say it theoretically, you can see, okay, it is fine, okay? But if you really see the practical things, you may be really wonder by seeing this thing. To achieve, okay, sir.
మినిమం
Okay.
పైన తక్కువ వేలు ఉంటుంది.
Okay. So, as I said earlier,
వచ్చిందా పిలవయారు
కొంచెం unmute చేస్తారా మీది? Hello.
పేరు అమ్మాయి పేరు
వెళ్ళిపోయింది అసలు రైస్ వారానికి 2 సార్లు
చూడండి సార్ బయట
సార్ ప్లీజ్
ఎందుకంటే ల్యాప్టాప్ నాకు చార్జ్
Yeah, okay, thank you. You can see here, sir, actually, in data science and AI, we are struggling for databases, right? So what is the semantic web is? It is actually a global database. This is really important, actually. global database to extract all the data according to your requirement.
Sir, sorry. Kota Srinivas, sir, please kindly mute your mic, please.
కూర్చో.
సారే చెప్తున్నా సార్ అప్పుడు తెనాలికి వచ్చి మా ఊరు అమ్మాయి
ఈ అమ్మాయా
ఆ,
ఏది
Yes, sir.
అనగానే ఉంది కదా.
Sir, Kota Srinivas, sir, please kindly mute your mic, please.
18 అప్పు నా అంత వెయిట్ ఉన్నాను.
అసలు అంత ముందు
ఆ,
సాగు ఉండేది ఇప్పుడు అసలు నేను అడిగిన అమ్మాయి పేరు గుర్తుపట్ల ఇప్పుడు చెప్పి
అయ్యో.
30 కేజీలు 30 కేజీలు రేపు తగ్గాలి కదమ్మా ఏం ఫుడ్ తిన్నావు నేను నాకు అడిగా
Sir, నేను mute నాకు
Sir,
permission
Kota
లేదు.
Srinivas, sir. Please mute, sir. Sri Ganesh thought about it. Please
Sir,
mute, sir.
I am not able to mute him.
అసలు నువ్వు
నువ్వు నీ మొత్తం కంప్లీట్ గా వీక్ షెడ్యూల్.
లావుగా ఉండేది అంతకుముందు లావుగా ఉండేది
శ్రీనివాస్ గారు.
మేము కూడా అదే follow అవుతాం.
సార్ పాపం ఆయన వేరే పనులు ఉన్నట్టున్నారు. మీరు ఎవరైనా అడ్మిన్స్ సమ్మన్ నాకు ఇచ్చిన నేను ఆయన
ఉదయం తిన్నావు మధ్యాహ్నం తిన్నావు
Sir, Kota Srinivas, sir. Please mute your mic, sir.
అంత ఫ్రూట్స్ మీద ఉదయం దాని మీద కంపల్సరీ తీసుకుంటాను సార్.
నువ్వు అది ఉదయం కూడా నువ్వు తినేది రైట్ నిర్ణయం తిన్నావు రైట్ చాలు మాకు అదే ఫాలో అవుతుంది
ఫ్రూట్స్ ఏం తీసుకుంటున్నావు?
అంటే
నీకేం డల్ గా కానీ ఏమనిపిదా?
Sir,
can you please mute your mic, sir? Hello?
ఫుడ్ తగ్గిస్తాం కాబట్టి ఉంటుంది.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
I
Can
can
you please mute your mic, please?
ఎవరండి నేనా?
సీజనల్ తినొచ్చు సార్. అవాయిడ్ చేయాలి బనానా
అవాయిడ్ చేయాలండి
అంటే అవుతారని చెప్తారు సార్. సపోటా ఒకటి. ఇది హైట్ వచ్చి సార్. ఓట్స్ అయినా ఫ్రూట్స్ అయినా
ఓట్స్ అంటే ఎంత తీసుకుంటుంది సార్
మిల్క్ తో తినచ్చు సార్. నేనైతే ఓవర్ నైట్
Sir, in the meeting, someone may have his number. Kindly call him in via phone and ask him to mute his mic, sir, please.
ఎక్కువ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి వాటర్ సోక్ చేసుకున్నాం. సోక్ చేసుకుని అందులోనే చియా సీడ్స్ ఫ్లాక్ సీడ్స్ పంకిన్ సీడ్స్ వేసుకొని తినేస్తాం.
ఏది ఫ్రై చేసినయా రానా? సీడ్స్ ఫ్రై చేసినవి కదా.
అది ఓవర్ మిక్స్ ఒకటి కాబట్టి ఓట్స్ లో వేసుకుంది. ఓట్స్ ఒక
నాకు ఇవ్వను
Okay, thank you, Andy. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. It is fun, really. Sorry, actually, I want to say one nice. I am giving a talk in a conference in Indian the one guy actually, papam, ఫ్యాన్ వేసుకుని లింగి కట్టుకుని యాక్చువల్లీ వింటూ ఉన్నాడు. అందులోకి నిద్రలోకి జారుకున్నాడు. ఆ ఫ్యాన్ గాలికి తర్వాత అది యూ హ్యావ్ టు బి కేర్ఫుల్. ఓకే, సో లెట్స్ సీ. Okay, let's see here. Semantic web is actually a common global database. As I said, believe me, you can do really wonders with the semantic web technologies to have WW as a common database. This is not at all a difficult framework, actually. The whole framework, as I said here, it looked like this, actually. So I'm going to explain everything. Just understand the surface. So here you can see this is actually HTTP, or maybe you can see every website start with HTTP, right? Hypertext. And after the website, we have a XMLs and HTML tags in the text, right? For example, if I open maybe if I open any web page, you can see each and every web page is okay, sorry. Each and every web page has backend some tags. Yeah, every web page. So those tags And from this is your data. This is whatever you are visualizing from the screen. Those data belongs to the first two blocks. Yeah, HTTP or some tags, HTML or other tags. We are using these two tags and we are generating RDFs. What is RDFs? These two tags are considered as I said earlier, in our natural language, we have word to sentence, from sentence to semantics. It is our normal flow of any natural language. In the same way, in the semantic web, the website and backend tags, new paragraph, like otherwise heading and maybe subheading, all these are like words. It's not the text. This machine is considering these tags, HTML, XML, and these tags are considered as a words to semantic web. Yeah, and from that we are generating RDFs. RDFs means nothing but resource description framework, taking the words and generating the I'm taking the words and generating the sentence. So here's the sentence means in the web, what is the subject, what is the object, how these two entities are related. I will show you a live RDF schema to you within a few minutes. After that, you have a vowel, or you can also define your own ontology. Ontology means semantics. For example, today you can that, okay, maybe, okay, let me get one example. Narendra Modi visited Varanasi. This data is there in the web. So here, Narendra Modi is a human being. You have to provide here some tags, right? Human being tag, and Varanasi is a location tag with some kind of metadata, a link to the Varanasi. So here, machine will generate RDF. Narendra Modi is a subject, object is Varanasi, and in between visiting is a verb. So in my last class, I displayed while showing the NLTK. Do you remember at the end I generated a graph, right? Do you remember yesterday, last week class? At the end, syntactic parsing I have shown you, right? So in the same way, here machine is what semantic web is doing is, it is first in semantic web, the first step in generally in natural language processing, not with semantic web. If you consider natural language processing, we are holding verb. From the verb, we are seeing all the dependencies of the sentence data. But here in semantic web, first we are holding the named entities. That's why named entities with metadata are very crucial in semantic web. We are holding named entities, and whatever there in the between, that is called as the property, the predicateness of these two named entities. So that part we are doing here in RDFs. Once we have the RDFs, from the RDF, machine is generating the ontology. Ontology means nothing but how each and every object is. For example, Narendra Modi is a human being. Varanasi, it is a location. Right? So the human being have certain properties. A location may not have that same properties. Like how do you differentiate a location from a human being class? So location, a geo class, human being is Narendra Modi belongs to a human class, right? We can see the two classes. How to differentiate these two classes? That is the work of ontology. Once we have ontology, we can see the logic, and from the logic, we have a special query which is called a Sparkle query, like SQL. Okay, if you write a SQL query, machine will extract all the information from the web into a structured format. Okay, this is how the semantic web works out. I'm going to show you this slide here. This is actually, the main purpose of the semantic web is just knowledge representation, man. Why it is this? Actually, you have to develop some kind of knowledge by using www. That's it. Okay. I already explained that what is semantic web, and it is there. Here it is. Everything is the same thing. Understanding why you need semantic web means computer can parse the web pages. That is important. thing in semantic web. Generally, if you have a normal web, a machine can display the data. That's it. Yeah. But if you add semantic web, a machine can not only display data, it can parse the data, parse the web pages. Okay. This is actually a main purpose of the semantic web technologies. As I said, it is important first collection of the information. Once you collected the information, it converting into meaning, and if you have the meaning, then machine can understand. For that, you can use XML, RDFs, and ontology. These are the main techniques in here. XML, the tags, as I said, HTML, XML, these are like words. RDFs, resource description framework, these are like sentences. Ontology is like a semantics or a meaning. Yeah. So I guess I would like to ask you one question. Okay. For take the example of, I will give you a term which is called as Bhagyanagaram. Okay, Bhagyanagaram. What is the ontology of this Bhagyanagaram? Can anyone think about that? Take any name. What is the ontology of that one? Just can you explain the concept? How you can explain ontology of a name place like Hyderabad maybe, or Amravati, or maybe you can take any state, Maharashtra. How do you explain? How do you try to generate a ontology? Just whether it's right or wrong, just express something, your ideas. Anyone? No? Come on. Okay, for example, take my name Ganesh. Okay. So what is my ontology? So if you want to develop a ontology of Ganesh, maybe many Ganeshas are there in the whole universe, right? And maybe Ganesh is a god, but I am not a god. I am a human. Okay. So how do you develop my ontology? So Ganesh, first of all, machine has to detect this is a string of letters, yeah, GANESH, and most probably it is a named entity because they start with capital letter or something. Yeah? That is maybe one clue. Once it is there, my ontology is a Ganesh who born in, is a human being who born in a Repale in Guntur district or something, and after that who studied at HCU, Hyderabad Central University, and who did PhD in Germany, and so on, right? And maybe I am different from other objects. Maybe my research is different from other things. So you can see different kind of classes. This is my ontology actually from the human being. So machine can generate automatic ontology, but if it see all my research publications, it can detect, hey, most of his publications belongs to NLP and image processing. So maybe his research interest is these two. Yeah, and if it see my Facebook, oh, he did some kind of semantic web applications for anti-social elements. He published some articles on some databases in the semantic web applications towards anti-social elements. So he made work something like that. So you can make some kind of connections. Actually, this is called ontology. One more thing, for example, there is a body. Okay, this body name is Ganesh. So the Ganesh, for example, has a finger. The finger has a nail. The nail is part of the arm. Arm is part of the body. This body has a name Ganesh. You can see the hierarchy. So this ontologies, there is no specific path. Even you can develop your own ontology according to your domain. If you are working for agriculture domain data, you can develop your own ontology. Even you can develop classes, subclasses, and so on. Right? A cow is a animal. A lion is also an animal. A cow is an animal which can't eat non-veg, right? A cow is animal which belongs to a subclass of vegetarian. Okay, so you can see the subclasses. So like that, you can develop your own ontology and you can sell your ontology to. There are corporate agencies and ontology collecting agencies. You can sell them because, as I said earlier, language to language, the semantic sense is different. So there is a lot of scope to develop even ontology and do some kind of business. I am skipping these things introduction, and let's continue see the RDFs. So what is the RDF? So you can see an RDF document can make assertions that particular things is this particular thing is a people, a web page, or whatever, and have properties. Okay. For example, properties means okay, Narendra Modi, he is the Prime Minister of India. Okay, and that is a property. Yeah. So like that we can do it. So Narendra Modi is a physical human being. But prime minister, that is not a physical human. A person become a prime minister. But a prime minister chair, a prime minister status is abstract. But once you create the abstract notion of prime minister in the concept of a human body, if you combine both, then you can see the prime minister, he belongs to that position. Yeah. So this ontology actually involves a lot of philosophy. Frankly speaking, you really enjoy. I always says that if you are not normal language person, you can speak everything like okay, this is the meaning of so and so. But if you are thinking this object, if you are thinking this semantics in the context of ontology, I think if you are a non-veg person, you can see the taste between chicken and mutton, right? So ontology is a little bit look like mutton. If you chew that mutton, you can get the taste. So like that, you can work for ontology, particularly in agglutinative languages. You really enjoy, man. Believe me, you really enjoy. A lot of philosophy is there, actually. So if you see, we are providing in ontology, as I said, okay, this is the subject, maybe Narendra Modi, which belongs to this website, maybe some reference number, and this is the object, okay, maybe Varanasi, this is the geolocation. For Varanasi, there may be some link, yeah, some website link. Maybe I have shown you, right, Getty website in my first class. There is a Getty website link. We are providing the link for Varanasi. So in between, okay, visiting. What is visiting? It is a property. What type of property? Is the action, moving, visiting means, right? These things we are providing here, something, right? This is how a statement, each and every statement can look like this one. You may get a question, sir, how can we provide all the things? We are not writing all the hyperlinks. Machine is, if you provide HTML and XML data, machine is trying to generate this RDFs by automatically. And once it is ready, everything is look like this one. You can see here, contact, about, some entity, name. This is a person name. This is actually role. For example, Prime Minister is a role. Yeah, Managing Director is a role. And it is actually there's some organization. Maybe some Varanasi geolocation. You can see different kind of tags, yeah, XML tags, kind of similar tags. So we have to convert your data into this format. So once we have done this one, then we are providing the ontology. So if it is a Varanasi, what is Varanasi? It is a pilgrim place which is located in so-and-so Uttar Pradesh state. So we can see the hierarchy. Yeah, Varanasi is a town, maybe Varanasi is a pilgrim place, and which is located in Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is part of India, and so on. So this is the ontology of this one. If we have, this is actually, you can see, if you have some kind of a animal, this animal is part of so-and-so category. This so-and-so category class belongs to so-and-so problem, so-and-so class, and so on. You can see this hierarchy. For example, guys, actually, go to this website, okay? DAML.org. In this website, you can see really a nice tutorial how to develop your own ontology. So if you have some interesting students, maybe under working with you, give a small project, develop ontology for education domain. We are talking about AI and education technology, right? Believe me, we are blindly using foreign terminology in education technology. But if you want to develop your own AI into your local language education technology, first of all, develop some kind of ontology. If you go to this tutorial, you can see a detailed framework how to develop your own ontology for your domain. Ontology is nothing but providing the semantical property of each and every word. So if you have this ontology, you can develop your own agents for different, for example, education technology agent, okay, where your semantic web technology involved and do whatever our previous speaker says, everything we can do that with, in education domain with this one. Everything we can do that. I will give one example. Even in medical domain, we can use the semantic web technologies. For example, in ICU, we have different kind of patients, right? Each and for example, today one doctor came to rounds. He visited all the patients. So on the bed, we can see all the notes on some what type of treatment they have given to the so and so patient. You can see all the documents, right? If you develop this thing, you can see, okay, if the patient has a fever and the patient has headache and the patient is not able to taste something, yeah. So what type of medicine in the whole universe, what type of medicines doctors are prescribing to get rid of this disease? You can see everything into one place, actually. At the end, the ultimate goal of semantic web is data visualization, right? So you can do such kind of wonders. Yeah, we have medicine is now actually treatment is a big mafia activities. To overcome that, even you can detect, you can do your own research, what type of treatment you require for this. So for that, we are developing agents with the semantic web technology. In real estate, mafias and everything, every corner, we can use this semantic web technology into this one. This is actually, they started this foundation of this current web in 1990s. From that, how the semantic web technology has evolved. Actually, nowadays, actually, in data science, lot of companies, they are migrating to semantic web technologies. So why? Because instead of maintaining crawling the data and maintaining the data, it is really very huge task for companies, right? So something crashes, then it's gone. So that's why they're making some trustable web bots, trustable agents. Agents means not a physical human agents, AI agents to crawl the data from the web according to their requirements. This is actually a quick introduction showing these things about the semantic web technology. I am not sure in Andhra Pradesh maybe in data science or AI courses, do they have semantic web technology as a course or not? I am not sure. But in Germany, a lot of institutions, they are offering semantic technology as a courses. Even they are offering now semantic web technology summer schools and winter schools. This is very important. Finally, actually, as I showed you earlier, I don't take much time. I think, where is it? You can see here. One second. Yeah, I run this query. You can see, as I said, once you have an ontology, based on the ontology, you can write your query, right? You can say this is actually a simple Sparkle query. Yeah, in SQL, you have a select function, right? In the same way, we are doing a select, okay? Question mark, this is a Sparkle query syntax. Question mark person label, date of birth, and place of I want place of death label, and that must be a image wherever it found. What I'm saying is, in the web, wherever in the website, www, select the person name. Okay, the person has a label, must have a label. Like a label means his reference. As I said earlier, there may be many Modis in the world. I want a Modi who is Prime Minister of India, right? Then it will specific a person, a single entity with who is holding the position of a Prime Minister of India with some kind of label. So that Modi, who is the Prime Minister of India, has a label. Okay, right? So that label I want to see. Okay, after that, date of birth and place of death label. Death label, I want to see those people who died on mountains. So place of death, the label. Label means it will display exactly the exact place with the label, and image. it is happening. Wherever, if the image is there, where you can see this is actually ontology. Yeah, you can see a person has these things you have to search, you have to develop in the ontology. These things are nothing but in SQL, in a table, you have a person name, employee ID, different kind of tags, right? In the same way, in the semantic web, we have different kind of tags like P31, WQ, or so on. So what is the, I will show you. If you see, this is actually I used vowel ontology. If you the vowel ontology is a public ontology. So you can see what is PQ. If you Google that one, it will display what is it in Sparkle query statement to find the items that are an instant of human class. So what exactly it is saying? The P31, it is a prefix of properties. 31 is property of instance of, and Q5 is item of human. So this is a property or instance of human. So that means any kind of property, any kind of thing which belongs to human class, display that one. Actually, even you can define your own thing. So if you want to say that remove 31 and you can define whatever name tag you think, like in SQL in the table, you are not define, you can define person name or P name, whatever might be, right? So in the same way, you can also define this according to your wish. Okay. So what is happening here? Next, okay, in the same way, P570 date of birth. Actually, the P7, if you Google P570, you can see in vowel ontology, OWL. In vowel ontology schema, it has belongs to some kind of death, and P20 place of death. Okay, I want this thing, and place of death is P31 and so on. So that must be place of death is a mountain. How you can see this Q85 and 08 is represent to the mountain thing. Okay, so this is what that's what place of death is must be at here. And here I said that human class. In human class, I have kept question star mark. That star mark indicates in human class maybe male or female or any other gender, anyone who belongs to this category, we can extract that one. Okay, so this is how you can write the query. Once you write the query, so here I am mentioning here, like for example, in the website, as I said, the data belongs to many languages. Maybe someone write about Chinese language, right? You can also indicate that one. I want actually auto language. Auto language, it will detect only, extract only from English. EN means English, not other languages. Yeah. And I am ordering every data. It is calling all the people who died on mountain, but I want all the data sorted by descending order. My descending order thing is date of birth. So based on the date of birth, it is sending descending order. So if once it is done, it will extract all the data. This is the guy, as I said, label, right? Person label. Yeah. Do you remember? Here I mentioned person label. So that's why it is saying first it is displaying person label. This person has some unique ID. Yeah, this unique ID has a label, this name. That means this is the name of the person. This is the date of death. I don't want birth. I want to death. The death is on this day. The place of death label. The label is this mountain. So this is how it is extracting all the information about so-and-so person died. For example, as I mentioned earlier, there may be many Modis, right? But Prime Minister Modi has one unique label. There may be many Ganeshas, Ganesh with the name of Ganesh, but a Ganesh who is into Germany and data science, who has a birth date, so and so, has a one unique label. If you click this label, you can see all the information about him. He is a human being. Okay, he has a reference. He got a lot of information from, I said, English data, right? This is English data. and he's a male. How machine is detecting he is a male? This information, this is the metadata from this website. It is deciding this belongs to male category. And from this reference, machine is detecting, hey, he belongs to Turkey. Okay. Uh, and so on. If it is 0, but it is not displaying anything, it refers to already previous one. Okay. So name of the native language, his native language is so and so. This is how we can get all the information. His family name, date of birth. In the data, it has date of birth, but I'm not asking date of birth. I ask only date of death and the place of death. If you see the place of death is this one, right? So if I click this one, it must be a mountain. Yeah, it is a mountain in Western Turkey. So how this mountain is connected? A lot of information about this mountain. So this is how we can develop semantic web technologies for to maintain the data, to extract the real thing, and generating the graph on language technologies. If you want more, we did a really nice project which is called a semantic Blumenbach. And we published an article, a state of the a state of the art article about semantic web technologies. Slide is not available. I will tell you. Go to this tab. Go to Google, and you can see. Oxford Journal and Semantic Blumenbach and Sri Ganesh. So you can see the whole project, the state of the art, how we can develop a semantic web technologies for ancient documents. So this was the project where I lead in between 2012 to 2015. We have very classical German documents. Okay, the data is documents data, and there are some kind of museum objects located in the museum. We connecting these two objects and text libraries and generating semantic web technologies. Finally, if you go to a museum, for example, if you visit a Salajang museum, just every object we are giving a reference number. If you scan the reference number, it will generate all the information which belongs to that particular object. Yeah, for example, there is a Kohinoor diamond. Yeah, is there any latest update about the Kohinoor diamond? Maybe after the Queen Elizabeth death, what happened to the Kohinoor diamond? Where they kept? Maybe someone writes some article in the web. It will extract everything and display, and people don't have time to read. So simply the text to speech is implemented, and you can listen about the object, whatever information you want. Up to current information, up to date information is available. We can extract with the semantic web technologies. That is the beauty of semantic web technologies. I think. Okay. I'm going to stop here. And guys, if you have any questions, if you want any information, let's talk something. If you like, even we are offering from our university, we are offering internships for students. And if you're really interested, I am very happy to do any kind of collaboration to write some research grants with India and Europe. And recently, today, we are submitting one grant with IIT Tirupati and myself to from Indo Africa and Germany grant. So if you have any interest, anything, I am very happy to support. But I really requesting you, a lot of people are really young people and faculty. Don't make your students like a bookish students. In books, nothing is there. See the social problem. At least I always ask my students, can you provide, being a master student in data science, being a master student in AI, can you provide a small tool? At least can you dedicate to your parents? Hey, father, this is the tool I developed for your purpose. Maybe monitoring your parents' health. Okay, if they give something, yeah, at least helping for your parents' profession, father professions. So I really want such kind of enthusiasm, passionate students. Is it possible to use AI and data science to ban the corruption in India? Is it possible? Yes, of course it is possible. Okay, so these are the things I am expecting students should concentrate, and work, faculty should support them. Actually, I am requesting you. I know our culture. Hey, if someone said that, sir, I want to do something, don't do that. Why you are? A lot of people are saying, if there is some corruption, if you open your mouth, నీకెందుకు నీకు అవసరమా? The first question raised by all society, right? If నీకెందుకు నీకు అవసరమా అని మనం అన్నప్పుడు రేపొద్దుని అది మనకే జరిగితే పక్కన వాళ్ళు కూడా నాకెందుకు నాకు అవసరమా అనుకుంటారు. So I am really requesting, in foreign countries actually it is not like that actually. Okay, that's what I really want to say. AI technology, data science for Indian social goodness. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can ask me and let's discuss. If you want any, maybe I may know some information from your side and so on. Thank you very much. అయిపోయిందా? ఎవరో ఏమి క్వశ్చన్స్ అడగట్లేదా? చెప్పట్ల సింబల్స్. సి గైస్, యాక్చువల్లీ నేను సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికాలో గత 3 సంవత్సరాలుగా ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఈ ప్రాజెక్ట్కి వచ్చినప్పుడు మా జర్మన్ కొలీగ్స్ చాలా మంది చెప్పింది ఏంటంటే, హే అసలు అనవసరంగా నువ్వు పెట్టుకున్నావు, అక్కడికి వెళ్తామని, అదంతా సేఫ్ కాదు, 6 తర్వాత బయటికి వెళ్ళకూడదు ఎవరు, ఇలా చెప్పారన్నమాట. నేను రియల్లీ చాలా భయపడ్డాను. ఓకే, లాస్ట్ అక్టోబర్లో నేను సంవత్సరానికి 2 నెలలు 3 నెలలు వస్తూ ఉంటాను. మా పేరెంట్స్ని తీసుకొచ్చాను. మా పేరెంట్స్ని సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికా తీసుకొస్తే వాళ్ళకి జర్మనీ కన్నా సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికా చాలా నచ్చింది. ఓకే, ద ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ మనకి ఎక్కడో రాంగ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వస్తూ ఉంటుంది, కానీ ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత చూస్తే అఫ్ కోర్స్ ఇక్కడ పేదరికం కావచ్చు అదంతా ఉన్నా ఇక్కడ దానికి కారణం ఏంటి కూడా మనం సోషల్ డేటాతో చేయొచ్చు అనమాట. రియల్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ థింగ్స్ వీ కెన్ సీ. ఈవెన్ నేను లిటరల్గా కావాలని ఇప్పుడు వచ్చినప్పుడు వన్ ఆఫ్ ది మన డేంజర్ ప్లేస్ అంటారు చూసారా, మీరు మన అన్వేష్ వీడియోలో చూస్తే సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికాలో డేంజర్ ప్లేస్ అన్నారు కదా, నేను కూడా అలాంటి డేంజర్ ప్లేస్లోనే ఉన్నాను అనమాట. ఉన్నానంటే నాకు అలాంటి ఉంటే అసలు ఎందుకు వీళ్ళు ఇలాంటివి చేస్తున్నారు, వాట్ ఇస్ ద రీజన్ బిహైండ్ దట్? రియలీ సైకలాజికల్గా ఒకటి ఉంది. ఒక మనిషి సెన్సిటివా కాదా అని ఎలా చెప్పొచ్చు అంటే, ఏ మనిషి అయితే సంగీతానికి సాహిత్యానికి లిటరేచర్ అండ్ మ్యూజిక్కి క్విక్గా స్పందిస్తాడో హిజ్ హార్ట్ ఈస్ రియల్లీ సెన్సిటివ్. ఇన్ హోల్ ఆఫ్రికన్ కాంటినెంట్లో సంగీతానికి మురిసిపోయే వాళ్ళు చాలామంది ఉన్నారు. నేను ఇక్కడ చూస్తుంటాను ఆఫీస్లో కూడా, బస్సుల్లో కానీ ట్రైన్లో కానీ కార్లో కానీ వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు నువ్వు పాట పెడితే కాళ్ళు కానీ బాడీ కానీ షేక్ చేయకుండా ఉన్న ఆఫ్రికన్స్ చాలామంది తక్కువ. అంటే వాళ్ళు చాలా సెన్సిటివ్. బట్ కానీ ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ ఉన్న కరప్షన్స్ వీటి వల్ల కొన్ని వాళ్ళకి ఆ పేదరికం వస్తుంది. కానీ హార్ట్ఫుల్ పీపుల్ ఏంటంటే జర్మన్స్ కన్నా ఈ ఆఫ్రికన్స్ మనస్ఫూర్తిగా చాలా స్వచ్ఛమైన మనసు ఉన్న వాళ్ళని నేను నమ్ముతాను అనమాట. రైట్. సో అంతకే కాకపోతే ఇన్ని సంవత్సరాలు బానిసలుగా నిజంగా బానిసలుగా ఉంచిన చివరికి వైట్ పీపుల్ని వాళ్ళ కలుపుకున్నారు. మనం వెళ్ళగొట్టేసాం బ్రిటిష్ వాళ్ళని, మాకొద్దు మీరు ఉండకూడదు అని. కానీ వీళ్ళు ఏం చేశారు, మీరు ఇన్నాళ్ళు మమ్మల్ని బానిసలుగా చేసినా కూడా మాతో ఉండండి, మా సమాజంతో ఉండండి అని చెప్పి వాళ్ళని యాక్సెప్ట్ చేశారు. ఇప్పటికి కూడా వైట్స్ ఉన్నారు ఇక్కడ. సో అలాంటి ఒక లాట్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ యూ కెన్ డూ విత్ డేటా. ఇట్లాంటి ప్యాషనేట్ థింగ్స్ చేసేవాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా సరే ఐఎమ్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ టు కొలాబరేట్. యా, సమ్వన్ మెన్షన్ సంథింగ్. అమ్మ మీరు ఒకసారి అడుగుతారా? నాకు చాలా మెసేజెస్ వచ్చినాయి. వాట్ ఇస్ ద థ్యాంక్ యూ అమ్మా. వాట్ ఈస్ ది టాపిక్ ఆఫ్ ది రీసెర్చ్ గ్రాంట్ విత్ ఐఐటితోనండి. అక్కడ ఆయన పేరు ఉందండి, డిజిటలైజేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఏన్షియంట్ మాన్యుస్క్రిప్ట్స్. ఓకే, మాన్యుస్క్రిప్ట్ డిజిటలైట్ అంటే నాట్ ఓన్లీ మేకింగ్ పీడిఎఫ్, మెషిన్ రీడబుల్ యాజ్ ఎ సెడ్, అలా చేయటం మీద వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ దట్ వన్. అండ్ ఐఎమ్ హ్యావింగ్ వన్ మోర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ హియర్ ఇన్ సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికా. సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికాలో ఇక్కడ అగ్రికల్చర్ మీద we developed a robo in Germany under Sun Farming Agriculture Company. ఈ రోబో ఏం చేస్తుందంటే ఇక్కడ అది జర్మన్ బేస్డ్ మన కలుపు మొక్కల్ని డిటెక్ట్ చేసి వాటిని డిస్ట్రాయ్ చేస్తుంది. దాన్ని ఇప్పుడు అదే రోబోని చెప్పాం కదా, అది జర్మన్ బేస్డ్ కలుపు మొక్కలకి అది ట్రైన్ అవుతే అదే రోబోని తీసుకొచ్చి ఇక్కడ సౌత్ ఆఫ్రికన్ బేస్డ్ కలుపు మొక్కల్ని డిటెక్ట్ చేసి వాటిని చంపడానికి ఇక్కడ మేము ట్రై చేస్తున్నాం మోడల్ని. అది నడుస్తుంది ఇక్కడ. ఒక్కసారి ఎవరైనా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటే అడగండి అమ్మా. మీకు టైప్ చేసే బదులు మీకు కూడా ఈజీ, నాకు కూడా ఈజీ చదవడం.
సార్ అంటే అందరిని మ్యూట్ చేసాం సార్.
అవునా?
సార్
ఓకే,
శ్రీ గణేష్ సార్ అందరినీ అంతా న్యూసెన్స్ అయ్యిందని మ్యూట్ చేయడం జరిగింది.
అయ్యో, సారీ.
maybe they are allowed to type.
షూర్. ఓకే.
అండ్ థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ సార్. మిమ్మల్ని చాలా ట్రబుల్ చేసాం ఈ రోజు. డ్రైవ్ చేసుకుంటూ వచ్చి యూనివర్సిటీకి వచ్చి డీల్ చేస్తున్నారు.
ఐఎమ్ వెరీ హ్యాపీ. ఎందుకంటే ఐ మిస్డ్ యాక్చువల్లీ. ఇంతమంది వెయిట్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. నాకేమో మా సెక్యూరిటీ సార్ వస్తుంది సార్ కరెంటు అన్నాడు, కానీ నేను చూస్తుంటే అది నాకు వచ్చే లక్షణం కనపట్లేదు అనమాట. అందుకని నేను
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ అనిల్ గారు. అండ్ ఐ రియల్లీ మనకి నాకు అనిల్ గారు అంటే ఎందుకు ఒక రెస్పెక్ట్ అంటే, ఈయన అక్కడ ఓరియంటల్ కాలేజీలో పనిచేసేటప్పుడు సార్ ఓరియంటల్ పిల్లలకి ఏదైనా చేయాలి, ఏదైనా టెక్నాలజీ చెప్పాలని ఒకలాంటి తపన. అలాంటి వాళ్ళు మనకు కావాలి. మీకు నేను పోలీస్ డేటాని మేము క్రాల్ చేసినప్పుడు ఒక పోలీస్ నాకు చెప్పారనమాట, సార్ మీరు ఇంత నీతి నిజాయితీ గురించి మాట్లాడుతూ ఉన్నారు, నేను 45 సంవత్సరాలుగా నేను పోలీస్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్లో పనిచేస్తున్నాను. హీఈస్ నాట్ ఇన్ టు ఎస్ఐ లెవెల్, హీఈస్ ఇన్ టు సిఐ, సబ్ ఇన్స్పెక్టర్ లెవెల్. ఈ రోజు వరకు నేను ఒక ఇల్లు కొనుక్కోలేకపోయాను. మా కొలీగ్స్ అందరూ కూడా నన్ను ఒక పిచ్చాడిగా చూస్తారు అని. ఆయన ఒకరోజు ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ ఫోటో పంపించారు. ఆయన మొబైల్ చూపిస్తే ఆయన మొబైల్ స్క్రీన్ మీద ఒక ఐపీఎస్ ఆఫీసర్ ఫోటో ఉంది. నేను ఎవరండి ఆయన ఎందుకు పెట్టినారంటే, సార్ నాకు ఎప్పుడైనా నేను డిప్రెషన్కి వచ్చినప్పుడు నేను ఈ ఐపీఎస్ ఆఫీసర్ ఫోటోని నా స్క్రీన్ మీద నేను చూసుకుంటూ ఉంటాను. ఎందుకంటే సొసైటీలో నన్ను నేను నా ఎథికల్ విలువకి నేను బతుకున్నా, సొసైటీ నన్ను యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయట్లేదు. సో అలాంటప్పుడు నాకు ఇతను చూస్తాను. ఈ ఐపీఎస్ ఆఫీసర్ ఈ రోజు వరకు ₹1 లంచం తీసుకున్న ఐపీఎస్ ఆఫీసర్ ఎవరు ఉన్నారంటే ఆయననండి. ఆయన నిజాయితీని చూసి ఒక చీఫ్ జస్టిస్గా ఉన్న ఆయన, మేబీ నా పేరు గుర్తురాట్లేదు, ఆయన అల్లుడిగా చేసుకున్నారు. అలాంటి వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారండి అని. కానీ మనకు కావాల్సింది ఏంటంటే సమాజానికి నీతిగా ఉండే వాళ్ళని బతికించుకోవాల్సిన బాధ్యత. మనకి అవినీతి లేని సమాజం కావాలి అని కోరుకోవటం కాదు, ఆ నీతిమంతుల్ని కాపాడుకోవాల్సిన రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ సొసైటీ మీద ఉంది. బియాండ్ ఆల్ ది ఐటీ ఇది ముఖ్యం అనమాట. సో అలాంటి అధ్యాపకులు, అది గురువుల బాధ్యత. ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పే లాట్ ఆఫ్ టైంలో నా స్టూడెంట్స్ని బిహేవ్ చేసేటప్పుడు నన్ను ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ చేసిన నా టీచర్స్ యొక్క ప్రభావం చాలా ఉంటుంది నా మీద. సో అలాంటి హానెస్ట్గా కొంచెం హ్యూమన్ విలువలతో, మానవీయ విలువలతో ఉన్న అధ్యాపకులు నిజంగా ఈ కాలంలో అవసరం అని మనస్ఫూర్తిగా కోరుకుంటున్నానండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ అనిల్ గారు.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అమ్మా. ఐ థింక్ ఏమీ ప్రశ్నలు లేవనుకుంటాను ఇంకా.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. From next Saturday we are moving forward to the applications of AI in discipline specific subjects like science, technology, engineering.
Sir, actually, yes sir. Sir, actually next week నేను ఐ థింక్ రేపు నేను ఒక డర్బన్ అని వేరే ప్లేస్ ఉంది, అక్కడ ఒక టెక్నికల్ యూనివర్సిటీ వాళ్ళకి ఈ ఏఐ ట్రైనింగ్, రోబోటిక్స్ మీద 1 వీక్ ట్రైనింగ్ ఇస్తున్నాను. అది నేను మళ్ళీ నాకు యాక్చువల్లీ రిటర్న్ ఫ్లైట్ సాటర్డే ఇదే మార్నింగ్ ఉందన్నమాట. నేను ఏం చేస్తానంటే, నా వేరే ప్రొఫెసర్ ఒక ఆయన ఉన్నారు, ఆయనతో నేను చెప్పిస్తాను సార్ నెక్స్ట్ వీక్. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓకే విత్ యూ.
Fine sir, that is fine.
Thank you sir. Thank you very much.
Please share the syllabus, our revised syllabus on AI. That is application.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you all the participants. Please next week kindly join, because it is very important discipline specific applications part. Thank you Sri Ganesh garu for your valuable suggestions and your passion to teach all of us.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. So shall we close, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.